think, tomorrow morning before they can break their fast. So you're very lucky to be in Pullman. So I just want to thank you again on behalf of the community. And I was asked by Vice Chairman Zamora if I'd say little things about what's really I enjoy doing as mayor. Well, one of the things is being here is one. And two, I met one of the individuals here. He had his child at Neal Public Library on Thursday when I read the children. And that is one of the good things. Now, our fire department and our police department also read the children on those Thursdays at Neal Public Library. We think it's very important that children learn the importance of reading. So if you want to say what's a really good thing that a mayor does, that's one of the really good things. We go also to a lot of meetings. Not as bad as the university system. I was up there for 25 years, and I'm glad you could enjoy that, because there's endless committee meetings, and then you figure out, okay, we've had all these committee meetings, what have we accomplished? We can get more accomplished, I think, in the city of Pullman than we can in some university system. As you probably notice, as you come up the road here, we are doing some projects right around here, as you have a little difficulty getting in. All those juniper bushes that have been there for years, that was like #1 priority for a lot of the council members to get rid of those juniper bushes. So we're doing that on the south side. Next year it'll be on the north side, so that won't affect the parking. But this year we're trying to take care of some of those issues. We're doing a lot of projects in the city right now. I was up at Schweitzer Engineering on Friday and had a chance to speak to their Friday lunch. And we're doing some projects at the Terraview. Mike may actually talk a little bit about Fire Station 2, because that's one of the fastest response to here. We've expanded that facility. If you're on Bishop Boulevard right now, right about Kamiakin, not Kamiakin, Klungard, we're putting in a stoplight there. Now, if some of you are trivia buffs, that will be the 20th intersection that has stoplights in Pullman. I know some of you come from very large cities where they count stoplights by the hundreds, but we have 19 stoplights in Pullman. Yes, it's a community of 32,110. That's our latest figure. And some of you come from here from populations with millions of people. That's the nice thing about Pullman. I really enjoy it. I moved up here. If you mentioned that I was mayor since 2004 and you were in the 7th grade, I moved here in '79, long before you were ever. But just seeing the growth of this community. One of the things that I really enjoy about Pullman, I grew up in a town in California that probably had maybe 5 different languages spoken in that community, 5. Pullman today, according to our school system, you mentioned 50 countries, we have 65 different languages spoken here in Pullman in our school district, which really indicates a great diversity. And I think it's wonderful compared to the small little group that was when I grew up in California. One of my dreams, and we're working on it, it just takes money, that's the way things happen. As you come into town, there's a little area there that used to be at one time a daily grind coffee shop, a little drive-in coffee shop. And then if you've been here for a long time, it was Burgerville. Many years ago. Well, my hope is we can have a welcome park there. Now, I used architectural students here about 3-4 years ago, and they said, we have a project we want to do as graduate students. What would you like to do? And I said, come up with a design for a welcome park out there. And they did, and what I wanted to have was the languages that we speak in this community, with the word welcome in each individual native language. And so we've got it somewhat designed. We've got the city crew has worked it out. We're actually setting some money aside from the city, and we're going to get some other donors together, and I think we're going to get this done, because I would really like to have that as a welcome to this community, just showing our diversity, showing we are a welcome community. And that's one of the things we hope that we can get accomplished. So I just signed up for another 4-year term as mayor. We still haven't got that one done. And for you who travel internationally, one of the big things that's going on here right now is our airport project. We have roughly about 90 million has been approved by the FAA. The first 15 million is basically coming in right now. What we'll be doing is realigning the runway. We'll be expanding the length of the runway. We'll also be separating the runway from the taxiway, which makes it safer. That's one of the reasons the FAA has granted us this money. And we'll be able to have basically instrument approach coming in. And that will really help us when it comes to winter time. Alaska Airlines has already stepped up and given us some additional flights, some additional seats here. So those of you who travel internationally, will make it a little bit more comfortable and easier for you. For me, I can make it to Washington, D.C. on the first 5:50 a.m. flight and catch a flight then around 8:30 to D.C. and you'll also be able to make better connections as well. But once again, I just want to thank you so much for your invitation to be here tonight with you. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you.